Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sue, since we last spoke, a few things have changed in terms of what's going on in the country, what's going on at the practice. Can you just give us a summary about what's been happening in the last few weeks?
Well, when we went into lockdown, we took on the challenge of remote therapy via video link to support all our patients through lockdown. That was a massive learning curve for us, because although our governing bodies said that was what we should do, in reality there was no evidence as to how that would happen and no guidelines. So we've had to work tremendously hard at getting that in place. We've managed to convert 85% of our patients online, keep them safe and well, and take on some new referrals as well. And then now we're facing the new challenge of making sure we're safe as we begin the transition back into face-to-face contact.
Brilliant. A few weeks ago, we've sort of become experts, haven't we, at remote physiotherapy? So we thought we'd venture into a new world and host a webinar about remote physiotherapy and whether it holds a place in future practice for us. What's your view on that?
I think remote physiotherapy and occupational therapy via video link is totally possible. And I think it has a value, and I think it has a place. I think the title of our webinar was Possible or Preferable. And I think as physiotherapists, we fundamentally use our hands, and there are things that you can't do by remote video link that you would want to do with your hands in person. So I think it was something that worked in a moment in time. Lockdown was a very unique experience, with everybody being at home supported by relatives. How that transitions as we come out, I think it gives us a vehicle to work alongside face-to-face contact, but I don't think it will ever replace face-to-face contact.
And how quickly do you think we'll be back to treating our full caseload of face-to-face appointments?
Very slow. I think it's going to be a very slow transition. We are taking our risk assessments very seriously. A lot of our patients are incredibly vulnerable.
Yeah.
And we're also taking the health of our team members very seriously. None of us want to contribute to a step back and a second wave. So currently we are allowing our team members, after thorough risk assessment and using all the safety precautions including PPE, to see 2 patients per day with a gap in between, face to face, which is why the remote therapy via video link remains so important. We've linked our risk assessment to the government alert system, so we're currently at 3, and we will be remaining like this whilst we're at a 3.
Can you give us a bit more detail about the precautions we're taking, especially at clinic, and the things that have changed, so for people visiting us, what they might have to do differently and things like that?
I think clinic is a relatively easy environment for us to control. It's a big space. We have removed any unnecessary items, so there's no waiting space in reception. George now works remotely from home, and we've got signage throughout and hand sanitizer gels. The way clinic is set up is it was divided into bays with corridors in red and working bays in yellow. So there's automatically the visual cues for our team members and for our patients to stay as safe as possible. But at the end of the day, face-to-face contact does involve hands-on therapy, and our staff are fully equipped with full PPE.
Brilliant. And what do you think is going to be the most challenging bit about getting us back to face-to-face appointments?
I think it's going to be the balance, because if the therapist themselves can see 2 patients a day, and say, for example, that therapist works 5 days a week, that means she can see 10 patients in that day. And it's going to be about working out who the priority is to see that particular week, and therefore the balance between remote therapy and face-to-face will be with us in a reality for a long, long time. So I think diary management is going to be really, really tough, because having gone out and seen somebody face-to-face, that doesn't then mean it's a green light for a regular contact. So we're really having to prioritise and work with our patients to identify what their specific need is this week, such that we can be fair and equitable to everybody. And also the diaries are manageable for our staff as well.
And as the country begins to open up again, do you have any advice to people about how to generally stay safe when they're out and about?
I think for me it's not gone. It's not gone. It's just that it's not at a pandemic level, which means that the R rate is 1 to 3. And so I think it's slowly, and I think sometimes we're very quick to forget why we had to put all these enormous efforts in. And I think sometimes it worries me when I hear on the news celebrations or parties. I want to party, but I want to be safe too.
Yeah, absolutely. Sue, thank you very much.
Okay.